What if I told you that someone was arrested in a drowning case, but not for the causing of death? I'm Cassandra, aka your favorite paralegal, and this is True Crime Talk. We're going to get into the ongoing open investigation of Daniel Erving, whose body was found in Lake Ray Hubbard in April of this year. This literally hits close to home. First Carmelo situation, and now we're dealing with this topic that I feel not a lot of people are actually tuning into. Daniel Irving was a high school student. Actually, he was going to graduate this year from Saxe High School. Um, and I'm going to get into the statement that the Rowlett Police Department put out a couple of days after he was reported missing by his mother. But I say it hit close to home because I go fishing in Lake Ray Hubbard, where they said that he supposedly jumped from, or where his things were discarded from. I go fishing in that area. It's 10 minutes up the street from me, probably a little less than 10 minutes, but I go fishing in that lake. Having an arrest, and it is now July, I'm thankful and I am grateful that this individual has been picked up, and maybe we can get some answers as to what happened to Daniel in April. But without further ado, let's get into the story. Now, I'm going to show you guys what the Rowlett Police Department, the statement that they made, and hopefully you guys can see that. If not, I will read it to you. So this is the initial post that Rowlett PD put out on their social media, and it reads "Missing Person Community Alert." And I remember seeing this. The Rowlett Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a missing person. Daniel Irving, 18 years old, was last seen on April 13th, 2026, around 4:45 p.m. at his residence in the 10400, or we're going to say 10400 block of Woodlands Trail. Description: 5'9", approximately 190 pounds, short black hair, brown eyes, last seen wearing a black jacket, blue shirt, blue shorts, and slides. Daniel's family reports this behavior is very out of character and they are concerned for his well being. He left home with his cell phone but did not take his driver's license, money, or belongings. He does not have a vehicle and is a student at Saxe High School. If you have any information about Daniel's whereabouts, please contact the Rowlett Police Department. Then they shared an update saying that the Rowlett Police Department is providing an update regarding an ongoing missing person investigation and possible drowning near the Paddle Point area of Lake Ray Hubbard. The body of an adult male has been recovered from the lake. The death investigation is being handled by the Dallas Police Department. The Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office will make the official determination regarding identification as well as the cause and manner of death. This investigation remains active and ongoing. Anyone with information related to this incident is encouraged to contact the Rowlett Police Department. Then another update was issued. The individual recovered from Lake Ray Hubbard has been positively identified as missing person. The Rowlett Police Department extends its deepest condolences to the family and loved ones during this difficult time. The investigation remains active and ongoing. Now, how can I say this? I want to pull up a map. As I say, I go fishing a lot in that area. And the area where they said his body was is there's an area where there's a railroad tracks that go along the lake, I would say. And there were kids, I've seen kids and individuals jump off of that track into the water. And me and my boyfriend always say, I pray that nobody gets hurt, because that was always my fear, of someone jumping in the lake and not being able to either swim, or hitting something that would cause them, to become unconscious and drown. So I'm going to pull this up. How can what's the best way to do it? I'm going to just say Lake Ray Hubbard near Miller Road. Okay, pull this up for you guys. And it's so, as of right now, if I want to go the way on the side that I live on, I have to go all the way around, for the simple fact they're doing a construction over here. But this is the area. So here is the park right here, Paddle Point Park, and use this right here. This is where people literally park over here in the parking area, and they will walk along the railroad tracks, and they will just, I mean, kids are going to be kids, and they actually jump off of there. So as of right now, we don't know exactly what happened. All we know is that a body was recovered. Somebody turned themselves in, not for his death, but for other reasons. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But I just want to show y'all this right here. So, this is the area where they found his body at. All right. So, now let's get into this. All right. So, CBS reported this actually today. North Texas man charged with tampering with evidence nearly 3 months after teen drowned on North Texas lake. A 19-year-old has been taken to jail accused of throwing out phones and deleting messages in the wake of a teen's drowning on Lake Ray Hubbard in April of 2026. Jail records obtained by CBS News Texas confirmed that Dallas Police Department arrested Lucas Roper on July 9th. He's charged with tampering with evidence tied to the death of 18-year-old Daniel Erving. Roper was granted a $10,000 bond. Evidence reportedly tossed deleted. An affidavit for Roper's arrest claims he, Erving, and a 17-year-old boy jumped into the lake from a bridge on April 13th near Miller Road in Rowlett. And remember what I was telling y'all, there's like the railroad tracks, they literally jump in that area. However, Erving drowned. His body was recovered days later on April 17th. The affidavit claims that Roper and the 17-year-old threw Erving's clothes into a tree line near a bridge above the water before driving away in Roper's vehicle. It also claims the pair threw Erving's cell phone out. According to the affidavit, Erving's phone and clothes were recovered as the investigation got underway. A review of the phone showed text messages and phone calls shared between Roper and Erving from the day they went to the Lake Ray Hub. Roper's phone affidavit revealed that Roper deleted all communication between him and Erving. Roper reportedly admitted he was afraid of getting into trouble. Dallas police, in the affidavit, reported they interviewed Roper at Saxe High School on April 20th. The affidavit claims Roper admitted to driving off and ordering the 17-year-old to toss Erving's phone. The 17-year-old, in his own interview with police, also reportedly told investigators Roper himself threw out Erving's clothes. Dallas police noted that the Rowlett Police Department handled an initial missing persons report for Erving, but the Dallas Police Department was handling the death investigation. Erving's family, along with community advocacy groups, has demanded answers from Dallas police and called for justice. Again, we have Mr. Dominique Alexander, president of the Next Generation Action Network, slammed Rowlett police, claiming the department failed to act swiftly in a statement shared in late April. This case represents a complete breakdown in urgency, accountability, and equal justice. A young black student goes missing, and instead of immediate action, his family is met with a delay and dismissal, Alexander said. Then we learned that individuals were present when he died, failed to call for help, failed to report it, and are still not in custody. We are not going to accept excuses, but we are not going to accept delays. Alexander's statement continued, and we are certainly not going to accept a narrative that asks this family to move on without answers. Justice requires action, and action must happen now. In an open letter to Dallas Police Department Chief Daniel Como, shared on June 7th, NGAN called for the department to share meaningful updates to provide assurance that it was thoroughly investigating Erving's death. We recognize that investigations must be guided by evidence and the law. At the same time, accountability requires that every fact be fully investigated and every potential violation of the law be carefully evaluated, part of the letter read. Early Friday morning, Alexander shared confirmation of Roper's arrest, saying DPD confirmed details to him. He also said the 17-year-old was in custody. CBS News Texas is still working to confirm this. I know because he is 17 years old, they probably are not going to identify him because he is a minor. However, I don't think that ever put anything past the state of Texas um, putting a minor on the screen when they have committed a crime. But I digress. This investigation remains ongoing, and we understand that the additional charges may still be forthcoming as investigators continue their work. We will continue closely monitoring. We will continue to closely monitor this case and advocate the truth, transparency, and justice every step of the way, Alexander said. So, as y'all could see, that is what we're dealing with now in Dallas County, the Daniel Erving. It is very tragic and very unfortunate. I know that the mother does have a GoFundMe that she issued she created at that time. She is a single parent, and funeral cost for him was, you know, no one has to bury their child. But I did verify that that was a accurate and legitimate GoFundMe that was created by her. Um, like I said, Irvin was only 18. He was expected to graduate in May. And his plans was to go into the military. So this is another unfortunate case and tragedy that has happened in Dallas County. My prayers are to his mother and his family. And I am going to stay in the loop with this and try to get any new information that I can and present it to you guys. But this is another case that we have seen now. Nolan Wells, for instance, when we're talking about how justice needs to be handled swiftly, this is something that we're talking about. Now, I'm very happy that at least an arrest has been made, and that kind of can put the pieces of the puzzle together, like what actually happened. But you have to start somewhere. All right, for you to discard Daniel's things in a nearby, and I know what area they're talking about, but for you to have discard that, and then not only that, you went into his phone, you deleted text messages and whatever else, and then you discarded it. The mother needs answers, the family needs answers, the community needs answers. So thank you, Dallas PD, for actually starting this investigation, but we need to move a little bit quicker. And I hope the same happens in the Nolan Wells case. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both True Crime Talk as well as Legal Doc Talk. I'm your host, Cassandra, aka your favorite paralegal, and I am out. Have a blessed day.